Mustangs, this is Sandra with your Tuesday Tech Tip. Today I'm going to talk about two sites, both totally free, ListenWise and TED Ed Lessons. They both help our students with listening skills. So the first one, ListenWise, couples with NPR and gives us complete lessons both on social studies, science, and English language arts. And they also have a section on current events. So for example, we have a current event, a daily current event. They had one yesterday on the best and worst Halloween candy. So it gives you usually 3 to 5 minutes is the podcast. You listen to the story, and then it gives you some listening comprehension questions and some discussion themes. What we usually do when we first started out with this, we would listen to the story once and just listen to what they were talking about, get a handle on what the discussion was, and then we would listen to it a second time after we read the questions and the themes. And then we would see if we could better answer them after we've listened to it a second time and knowing what they're asking. Then eventually what we would do is just listen to it once and then see if we could answer the questions without listening to it a second time. So we really are starting to see what we need to focus on when we're listening, the main events, see if we can grasp the important ideas so that when we get these questions, we can try to answer them the first time. You can also pair it up with Socrative. You put in this code at the bottom and it will create the quiz for you if it already has this code, and the students, just like Google Classroom, enter it with a number and can take the quiz. Also, like I said, here they have lessons. If you choose a lesson, let's say we go to science, and we click on New Rechargeable Battery Podcast. At the bottom of these lessons, they have listening organizers. So that'll guide their listening, maybe like the first time. You would use one of those when they listen to it, and then the second time, they could re-listen to it, and then you could discuss the comprehension questions. So there's just a variety of ways you can do this to help them increase their listening skills. And they're all interesting topics, especially the daily current events. They go with whatever is happening in the world, so that is always engaging for the students. The TED Ed has lots of great lessons as well, all ready to go for us. They listen to different TED Ed talks, and we, as you see here on the left, they have all the topics. They have art, math, literature, science. They even have journalism. So you would click specifically on, let's say, the arts, and it would give you some more specific categories under that. Social studies, you could go civics, geography, and then it gives you a list of different TED Talks specifically for that to the right. And then you can use with them other graphic organizers, listening organizers. We have the 4 C's: connections, challenges, concepts, and changes. We also have one here that talks about speaking specifically. Were they convincing? The ethos, the pathos. What were the main points? What are 2 things you learned specifically from this TED Talk? So I'll include those graphic organizers. I'll attach them to this. They also, with TED Talks, they have a list of students' recommended TED Talks, or they have the top 20 TED Talks to bring up a great student conversation. So they really give you a lot of ideas to use with the TED Ed lessons worth sharing. And that's it. Any questions, please let me know. Thank you.